For our trip, we decided to go to Munich, Germany, and we decided that we would depart from the Charlotte airport at 12:45. It should be roughly a 12-hour flight, and we expect to arrive in Munich by 6:45 local time. From the airport, we will bus for approximately 40 minutes to our hotel, which is called the Hotel Lamirhof. We expect to check in by 7:30. From here, we will rest for an hour and a half until we have a meal at 9, which is kind of a weird breakfast at local time, but more of a what we would be more used to as a dinner. And then we'll use the rest of the 18th as a rest day to kind of get acclimated to the time zone. And then on the 19th, we will start with a 9 o'clock breakfast, then have a small orientation at 10, followed by lunch at Kim Restaurant Munchen. Then, starting at 1, students will get 24-hour tour bus passes to visit historical sites and learn some of the history of the city. And then from here, students will be on their own for dinner, and we'll expect to be back at the hotel by 2100. And on Thursday, the 20th, we will start the day with breakfast at 9, followed by a tour of the Bayern Munich Museum from 10 to 12. Lunch will be had at a restaurant near the museum called Trattoria Senza Nun from 12:15 to 1. After lunch, students will go to a presentation at the conference center, Haus der Barenschaft Wirtschaft at from 2 to 4. And then after the conference, students will be on their own for dinner and expect to be back at the hotel by 2100.
On Friday, May 21st, we start out by having breakfast at 9 a.m. Then at 10 to 12, we tour the Alte Pinakothek, which is a art museum in Germany. Then from 1300 to 1430, we have lunch at Hard Rock Cafe in Munich. Then 1500 to 1700, we listen to a presentation at the conference center. 1730 to 1830, go back to the hotel, have a snack or take a shower. And then from 1900 to 2100, we can go shopping and have dinner on your own wherever you'd like. And then by 2100, we have to return back to the hotel. And then on Sunday, May 23rd, we have breakfast at 9. We tour the Bavarian National Museum from 10 to 11. Lunch at Zum Dernbra from 12 to 13:30. Then we have to listen to another presentation at the conference center from 14:30 to 1600. Back to the hotel, freshen up, take a shower, things like that. And then from 1800 to 2100, shopping, dinner on your own, and then again, return to the hotel by 2100.
On Monday, May 24th, we're going to be having breakfast at 9 in the morning, and then have like an hour to get everyone together and explore the Victual Market. It's like an outside market that has a bunch of fresh produce and stuff like that. We're going to have lunch at the beer garden there at 12. So 12 to 1:30 we're going to be there. And then at 1:30 we're going to depart for the English Garden, which is an outside little garden. It's free. So it's just a little tourist thing to see how sustainable Munich is. And then at 3:30, we're going to head back to the hotel and freshen up for dinner. We have a couple hours to do that. And then at 6, we're going to depart for the Marienplatz, do some shopping, have some dinner on your own. And at 9, we'll head back to the hotel. So on Tuesday, the last day before we leave, the 25th, we're going to have breakfast at 9 in the morning and then split up into 2 different groups. The optional excursion group should have already paid for their ticket and everything. And they're going to go to the Neuschwanstein Castle at 9:30 since it's a 2-hour trip to get there. They'll get there at 11:30 and come back at 1:30. They'll have lunch at the castle and then be back at the hotel by 4:30. Since they have prior knowledge that they were going to make this excursion, they already should be dressed for the presentation later that night. The other group will go to the BMW tour from 10 to 12, have lunch right outside of the BMW headquarters, and then go back to the hotel and freshen up. They'll have a couple hours to do that. And then we'll be leaving for the Sustainable Resource Management presentation at Technical University of Munich at 4. And from 4 to 6, there'll be that presentation. From 6 to 7:30, we'll have a dinner and a meet and greet with the people, ask them any questions that we needed, and then go back to the hotel at 7:30.
And on the final day of our trip, Wednesday, May 26th, we'll be having breakfast at 9 a.m. And then we'll be checking out of the hotel and going to the Munich International Airport at 10:30, and then departing the Munich International Airport for Charlotte, North Carolina at 1 p.m.